Hello everyone, this is going to be the 10th Yatagarasu video that I've produced, and this is my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th character video so far, 2 to go after today. Today is going to be about Shimo, who is related to Hina in the story. Their sprites are swaps of each other, so they look similar, and a lot of their normals look the same, a lot of their specials look the same, but they play completely differently. Whereas Hina is designed to be more defensive with her charge moves and such, Shimo doesn't have any charge moves. In fact, she's only got 2 special moves outside of her supers, and she plays a very, very offensive style. So let's go into what makes Shimo so unique. Round 1 fight. Okay, so as I said, she only has 2 special moves. But they both have a fair amount of notes that keep them. They're not the simplest special moves. Let's just put it that way. It'll take some explaining. So, quarter circle forward punch is a command dash. If you've ever heard of El Fuerte in Street Fighter 4 or played a handful of other 2D fighting games, you might be familiar with these. But when you input quarter circle forward punch, she just runs at her opponents, and then while she's running, different buttons give her different options. Okay? So what do the buttons do? And is there a difference between the runs? If you do quarter circle forward light punch, you don't run very far. You run about half of the screen distance, and then you automatically stop. If you press hard punch, you'll run about 80% of the screen distance, maybe 90, and then you'll automatically stop. If you hit the EX version of the run, you run basically the same distance as the quarter circle forward hard punch version. However, you can actually hold forward and run indefinitely, as long as you keep holding forward. So as you can see, you can run as long as you want before you pick one of the options. Okay, so let's go into the actual running options. Okay, when you run, whether you do the light or the hard or the EX version, the options are similar, although on EX there's some additional stuff. If you run and hit light punch, this is a running slash. This can be cancelled into a super on hit. I'm going some. And if this is blocked, you have a little bit of frame disadvantage. It's also super cancelable on block. Don't do that by accident. If you run and hit light kick, this is a low slash. They have to block this low. If this hits, you can super jump cancel this. This is not super jump cancelable on block. Let's see here. If this gets blocked, you can't super jump cancel it, but you can do it on hits. Just keep in mind that you don't really get any combos off of that in that case. It basically just allows you to maintain your pressure if you do that. And the running low slash is also frame disadvantage on block. If you run and you hit hard punch, you do this upward slash. This actually has upper body invincibility on it, and it hits twice. With the first hit, does have super cancel. The first hit can be super canceled. Also notice that because you input quarter circle forward punch to start the run, if you do the hard punch slash immediately when you start running, you already have 1 quarter already done. So you could just hit another quarter and then punch. You don't have to do 3 quarters to do this. And that's a useful way of super canceling that. Okay, now what happens if you hit hard kick? You just stop in place. There's a tiny bit of recovery on it, so the stop is not instant. But you could do run-stop kind of mix-ups with this character, depending on which normals you use, but for the most part, you're not really going to have frame advantage on that sort of stuff. Now, what about the EX run? What are the 4 options gain or lose on the EX run? Well, first thing to know is that the EX version of the run actually has a little bit of throw invincibility when it starts. So you can actually wake up with the EX run if you think someone's going to try to throw you, and you can run straight through that. Okay? Now, what else? If you do the EX run, and you do the light punch slash, does a little bit of extra damage, but it also gains extra hit advantage, and you can actually combo. If you're really good, you can actually combo a crouching light kick or a light punch afterwards, and that enables some extra combos. There's some increased juggle potential if you use it in juggles, and also, this is even on block, so it's a pretty decent poke to throw out once in a blue moon. Notice we both jump at the same time. Even on block. Very useful. Now, the running low slash. Just like the original version, it can only be super jump canceled on hit. Oop, not that. There we go. However, unlike the regular version, this does enable you to use combos. So you could go for like an air reset after that one. Into some sort of mix-up there. That's her other special move. I'm going to get to that in just a moment here. Now, if you run... if you EX run into the hard punch, which is the upward slash... oh, excuse me. 73.25 and 69.50. It does a little bit less damage, but the difference between the EX version and the regular is the EX version actually has full body invincibility, whereas the meatless one only has upper body invincibility. So you can run into somebody like this and beat practically anything they're going to use. Just keep in mind, there's really nothing you can do to save yourself from being punished if this misses. But it is a highly invincible move. Now, running stop. You might think, okay, well, you're gonna EX run and you stop. Well, feels like a waste of meter, right? Well, actually, not really. Because the thing is, when you do the EX run and stop, there's actually multiple movement options you have based on where you are holding the joystick. If you EX run, and then you hit hard kick while holding left, or holding right, or inputting nothing, then you just stop, just like the normal run. That's, again, left, neutral, or right. But, if you input the other 6 directions, you can actually get 6 different jumps. If you hold up left when you hit stop, you'll super jump backwards. If you hold up when you hit stop, oops, you'll super jump straight up. And if you hold up right when you hit stop, you'll super jump forwards. If you hit down back when you hit stop, you'll do a normal jump backwards. If you hit straight down when you hit stop, you'll do a normal jump in place, a neutral jump. And if you hit down forward when you hit stop, you do a normal jump forwards. So as you can see, you have 3 super jumps with up back, up, and up right. And you also have 3 regular jumps with down back, down, and down forwards. So you can do some very, very interesting things, especially with the normal jump forwards, because in a lot of 2D fighting games you figure they'll keep their momentum, but that's not so, and so she can do some interesting stuff with EX run stop. So there's lots of options there, and a lot of them play into each other regarding her combos and such, but that one command dash, you're going to want to learn a lot about this move if you want to play Shimo. Now, what's her other special move? Her other special is quarter circle back punch in the air. Shinko Enzan. This special move is excellent at mixing up your opponent when you jump at them. Now, the light and the hard versions have very distinct timings. If you do the light punch version, it comes out almost instantly. However, if you do the hard punch version, she bounces in the air a little bit, and it comes out a bit later. Notice that they do the same damage. Both of these, the light and the hard version, can cross up to cause some interesting mix-up scenarios. So this is like a really basic thing you could do. Quarterback light punch in the front, or quarterback hard punch for the cross-up. And if they're trying to parry the first one, then they'll attempt to parry there, but then their timing will be off, and then they'll get hit by the slow one in the back. It's a very, very good move for air approach, as long as you're not too predictable with it. It gives an excellent mix-up after a throw as well. And just as a little note, you can combo into the first super if this hits by itself, but you can't combo really into anything else. Now, what about the EX one? The EX version hits twice, and again, you don't really get anything if it hits by itself, except Super 1. There is an exception to this rule though. If it's possible, it's very difficult to do, but if you hit just once with the EX version, it's really difficult to do. Take my word on this. There we go. There we go. If you can hit with it just once on the EX version, that actually causes a full juggle state and you can combo from there, but it's very difficult to do and not that reliable. What you need to know about the EX version, though, is not only does it hit twice, but it is actually invincible for a few frames. Oh, let's get this timing right. There we go. Notice that sword went straight through. Again. If you expect to meet someone in the air, you can just let loose the EX quarterback punch, and she's going to go straight through it. She has air, full invincibility, if she does the EX version of this. Okay? Now, this special move, because it's done in the air and because it has hitboxes of different sizes and heights of different types, it's difficult to narrow down exactly what the hit or block it, on hit it's going to cause a juggle. But let's say this is blocked. Well, what exactly is the guard advantage or disadvantage going to look like? And the answer there is, it really depends. It depends on if you use the light one, it depends on if you hit in the back, because there are a bunch of different hitboxes on this move. It depends which version you use. The EX version usually has the best advantage out of all of them. But what you need to know is that, even though the frame data is highly variable, generally speaking, you're going to have frame advantage if you do this and it gets blocked on the ground. Generally speaking. It's practically always true on the EX version. You're always going to have frame advantage. On the light and the hard ones, it's possible to be even, or even be -1 or -2, but it's difficult to do those things reliably, and it's not likely to come up in, I would say, most match scenarios, but definitely not all of them. So generally you're going to have frame advantage, but it can hit in a lot of different spots, so it's possible to have frame disadvantage on it. Just something to keep in mind. Now her two supers, they look the same as Hina's, quarter punch and quarter kick, but functionally they're not exactly the same. Her Super 1 has no invincibility whatsoever. See that low get hit? Nothing there. See her get hit there. Now let's try to test for jump invincibility. Excuse me, throw. Let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna try and throw her right when she lands. Oh, looks, I beat it. So, ultimately, Shimo's Super 1 is terrible on Wake Up. It's mostly just used as a combo ender. It starts up very fast, so if you have excellent reactions, you might be able to whiff punish something with it, but it's not that great on its own. It's mostly just a combo ender. Now the two. If you saw the Hina tutorial, you might remember that Hina's can go through fireballs. Shimo's cannot. So Hina's is a little bit better here. But, fortunately, her Super 2 is invincible to throws and invincible to just about everything else. Her Super 2 is fully invincible to everything. So it makes it her best wake-up option. You might say, well, what about that EX run? Well, the problem with EX run and then going into like a slash like this is if your opponent actually did a meaty low or high attack against you, you don't have time for that run to actually start, so you can't get the running slash to come out. If you're gonna... Shimo is very weak on knockdown, and the only real reversal she has is Super 2. So you need to be very, very good at fundamental defense, blocking, throw techs, and parries, because you have fewer reversal options than most of the cast. Only Super 2 is gonna be your only reliable reversal. Now, what about her combos? She has quite a bit going for her in the combo department here. Let's see here. let's set her to guard, and we'll start with the guard break at max range. If you land the auto guard break at maximum range at the very tip, you can combo both of her supers, but not much else. Let's see here. You can try to do running slashes, but they're going to be very, very tight. Her supers are her most reliable things right here. Also, Super 2 does better damage than Super 1, so it's probably going to be what you want to go for if you get it at maximum range. At closer range, oh, there's way better stuff you can get. Let's see. Whoop! Mix-ups. Now, let's see. Actually, I want to take just a step back here because I forgot to talk about her command normals, or what normals she has that are interesting. Just to take a step back, her standing hard punch can be super canceled. Hina's could not. So this makes hers a little bit better as a counter poke. If somebody whiffs something in your face, you could buffer a super here, and assuming it hits, you're going to be able to get that super. Let's see here. There we go. This is an excellent counter poke for Shima because it's super cancelable, and Super 2 would be your best bet here. Oof, whoops. Wrong button. There we go. There we go. You might miss the first slash, but you're still going to be able to combo that. Remember, Hina can't do that, so this is a bit better with Shimo. Now, she has a target combo. If you hit light kick when you're close to your opponent, whether it hits or is blocked, you can just press hard punch and these two will chain together. And if you do the target combo, you can cancel that hard punch. And this is the basis of most of her bread and butter stuff. But this can be done on block, so that gives rise to what the basis of her close range offense is. Just remember, her hard punch by itself cannot be canceled into special moves, only to supers. But if you target combo, then it can cancel into specials and all of the running options. Now, last but not least, her jumping kicks can be canceled into the air special move. And this gives you some pretty nasty stuff, like such. Jumping light kick hits in the front, Shinko Enzan hits in the back. She's got some very interesting things she can do with these specials, and it will combo if you do it in the right scenarios. There we go. Again, that's both of her kicks can be special canceled into her quarter circle back punch in the air. Now, going back to combos, let's go with the universal overhead here. If you land a universal overhead with Shimo, you can combo crouching light kick on anyone in the game. Now, what do you do if you land a crouching light kick? Well, you can do two, and if you do the command dash and you hit light punch as soon as possible, that will combo. If you know what double tapping is, that will be useful for getting this to combo. It doesn't really matter which run you do can do the light punch or the hard punch run. Also keep in mind the hard punch upward slash will combo for some more damage. But the light punch slash is going to do more damage if you want to cancel it to a super. Like so. So again, you can do that after universal overhead. Now, Shimo, like Hina, interestingly enough, is able to combo against a standing opponent if she lands a universal overhead, but unfortunately, the only thing she can combo is crouching light punch. That's it. Again, this does work on every character in the game. There we go. If you land a universal overhead on someone standing, you can combo a crouching light punch, and this always works, but all you get is that crouching light punch. Fortunately, her crouching light punch is super cancelable, so if we put the pieces together, and you're really good... Oh, missed it. It is possible to get a super off that, but the timing is very tight. Oh, jeez. Take my word on it. You know that works. There we go. Woo! That will take some practice, but that's something you can always do. And if they're crouching, you can always combo the crouching light kick on every character in the game. Now, so that's crouching light kick stuff. Well, what if I land a crouching hard kick, which is cancelable, or, you know, something that's a little bit better? Well, what you want to combo into if you get a chunky hit like crouching hard kick is you want to combo into the EX run and then the low slash. Because this enables you to super jump cancel and continue with some really cool mix-ups. What you want to do, super jump cancel into the fierce, what's it called again? What are it? Shinko Enzan, right? Shinko Enzan! And then you can juggle them after that with a crouching fierce punch. If you hit them with this really low to the ground, then you can cancel this and then go for a really interesting mix-up. But the thing is, because you have running stop, among other things, there's lots of great mix-ups you can come up with. There's plenty that you can do that would be faster than that. You can use the run stop to mix up between left and right, among plenty of other things. You could go for normal throw, you could go for overhead, light, light. There's plenty that you could do there. I'm limited by my creativity. Let's see what you can come up with. Let's see. And all of these combos will work off of the target combo as well, the light kick, hard punch, chain. Oops. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Another thing that you can do. Let's see. Remember I showed you that with this you can actually combo into crouching light kick afterwards. So here's just an example of a semi-complicated combo. Ooh, actually got it first try. Yay me. That costs $1.50. That's really not worth it, but that gives an example of how you can create some combos with Shimo. Let's see here. Now, what about BL counters? Well, Shimo has excellent ability to mix up and to stay in your face. So the designers chose with her, just like with Juzumaru and Hanzo, to not give her a super great BL counter. If you land a airborne BL counter with her, you only get 3 total hits. That includes the hit that launches. So let's say you launch. BL counter. 1, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let me try to run after that. Oh. Let's see here. Ah, darn it. Let me re-record this dummy, it's annoying. That'll be easier. So you can get that. You can put the super as the 3rd hit if you want. There is an interesting thing you can do. If you're really good at timing the quarter circle forward hard punch, you can get double uppercuts here. There you go. And if you time it just right, you can actually get both hits on the second one. There you go. And if you want another challenge, you can even super cancel the first hit of that second one. And this is her best damage overall that I can find, at least in the basic BL counter scenarios. Also, funnily enough, because the quarter circle forward hard punch runs so fast, this actually will work anywhere on the screen. All you have to do is make sure you time your runs right. Ah, where's my double tap? 1, 2, there we go, 3. So, on BL counter, she honestly doesn't get a whole lot, except unless you BL counter specifically with this, but I'm not going to go into that, that's a very specific scenario. She doesn't really get a whole lot. What you will probably just want to go with is just jump towards, Shinko Enzan, and then go for a crouch fierce reset, just like you would normally with her other combos. Or you can throw on a super 1 if you want to. Shimo, because of the nature of her command dash and her air quarter circle back punch, she really does have excellent offense and ability to stay in your face. She's considered one of the strongest characters in this version of the game. If I had to say what her goal is, Shimo's goal is to press the advantage after a knockdown whenever she can get it with her excellent mix-ups and such. She has really good run-under stuff with her command dash after air resets, and Shinkoenzan, the air special, gives her one of the scariest air approaches in the game. You can kind of just like jump hard kick, or jump light Shinkoenzan, or jump hard Shinkoenzan, or jump light kick into that, and you can create this mix-up of air approaches that's very difficult for anyone to stop, especially if they're just looking to parry one thing, which is a very common defensive tactic. She has an excellent, because of that, like that air approach, and her ability to just run and be in your face, she can play footsies well, but she's much scarier at the close range when she's doing mix-ups, and that's what you want to focus on. Get the knockdown or an air reset, and focus on applying as many mix-up options as possible. That is Shimo's goal. So, okay. That's Shimo. 6 down, 2 to go. I hope you enjoyed this video. All that's left is Jet and Ko. I'll probably do Jet last, just to piss some of you off. Or maybe not. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided. But I hope you're learning. I hope you're still watching. And I hope you are all excited as I am, that the Runback is going to be hosting Attack on Cataclysm when it is released, even with pot bonuses. So I'll be watching those tournaments with a fixed gaze. I cannot wait to see what the players over there can do. I'm very excited. The game should be getting close to release now. Summer 2014. It's either this month or maybe next month, or maybe it'll get delayed and it'll be October, but either way, it's still going to be pretty soon we'll be able to play Attack on Cataclysm. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did. I'll see you guys later.